Well, hello, everybody. I'm Huell Howser. Hi, I'm Huell Howser. Well, hello, everybody. I'm Huell Howser. Hi, I'm Huell Howser. Wait a minute. There's a helicopter coming here. Wait a minute. Oh, get out of here. Wow. What is that? Let's get it out of here. Look at this. I thought what was my feet. Look at this. Oh, my God. And there they are, Louie, up there. That is an amazing sight to see as we continue our search.
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to Huell's Gold, episode 67. I'm Chris.
67. I'm Allan.
67, man.
What are we doing with our lives?
I don't know. Here's the thing, though. Even when we're late or releasing on different days, the Huelliverse is with us.
It's true.
I can't believe it. We really started this thinking that no one would give two hoots about this PCast, but...
And literally, there are two hoots.
Yeah.
We appreciate it. This episode is really set up weird because, first off, I'm not using the theme that was on this episode. And I'll tell you why. Okay.
It's... weird. It's a super clean version. It's the version from the Joshua Tree episode. Do you remember the one with the Marine band that's like standing on the rocks?
Yep.
And it's just like so perfect timing. It's so hard to listen to me. So we're gonna do the same one from now on, okay. Unless like something crazy happens. You think?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what craziness could happen. Because like. If we're going to be getting crazy and you're going to use Joshua Tree, why not that nuts, like psychedelic?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're going to say.
Man. It ain't our show. We're just sitting here talking about it.
We're peasants.
In the kingdom of Huell.
And just in general.
True. So, Mare Island, what do you think about this whole thing here?
Just waiting to see a horse.
Right? What is it? What do you think that means? It's got to have some...
Symbolic G?
Yeah, symbologies.
I don't know. Do you want me to look it up?
Look it up real quick.
Okay, let's check it out.
This is amazing.
Dude, Homeboy Vallejo.
There's like a whole story behind it.
Yeah.
I'm glad we looked this one up because this is actually a good story. What was it? There's like a ferry that capsized.
Yeah.
And then...
And forget about all the guys.
Yeah. It was men and livestock, and the only thing they seemed to care about was this prized white mare of General Mariano Guadalupe Vallejo, the famous Mexican Californian Don guy.
Mm-hmm.
The thing swam to the island.
Oh.
No wonder this thing was so prized.
I couldn't even swim
horse.
to the island.
No way. No way.
I can't swim.
Like at all? You can survive in water.
Yeah.
Okay.
But who knows? I don't know if the efficiency, right?
Oh,
aspect
true. Yeah.
is there. So I would go pretty quick.
I took swimming lessons, and I don't think I got more than just the keep yourself alive portion of it.
See, I feel like swimming lessons aren't designed for my body type.
What is that supposed to be?
I'm bottom heavy.
You sink like a rock.
Halfway.
You jump down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was super jealous of people who could,
do the
backstroke, paddle back, dude. Because I would do it, and my bottom half would just sink.
I'm just laughing, picturing this. You're right. I've never seen you in water before.
Just a frustrated 11-year-old.
In fact, when we went to that lake for our homeboy Steven's bachelor party, you didn't jump in the water. You stayed on the boat.
Now you jumped in the water, and you had
Worst
water stuck in your ear for the whole weekend.
Oh, I did. Yeah, the pressure. It was because there's such a high elevation lake that when I went in there, whoop, just sucked right in. I was done. A day and a half of just
so many different
the remedies, lighting stuff, lighting fires,
alcohol in your ear,
so much stuff.
Anyway,
nothing worked. It literally come down from the elevation and just came right out. So, I wish that had been a bigger part of what was going on with this island, because honestly, I know I was super skeptical last episode, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to be a whole lot more positive this episode because it's a shipyard, dude. It's a shipyard.
Okay, why are you such a downer?
I just don't. It seems like to me one of those, one of these segments that Huell would have done maybe like one of three, like a 3-segment episode, and this would have been one of them. But I just don't. I don't get it. I guess. Do you get it?
Do I get it?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
You get the appeal of it?
I mean, why are you putting me on the spot? I'm not super positive on this one either.
Okay. Hey, and that's the thing. The concept is not our favorite, but like every episode of this show, this is why we do this show. Because every episode has something in it. And this one, like, it definitely doesn't disappoint as far as funny little things. Plenty of funny little things.
Oh, yeah.
We need to, like, get started so you actually know, like, the deal with Mare Island as far as Huell's concerned. So just listen to this real quick.
It was the very first U.S. naval establishment on the entire Pacific coast. Admiral Farragut himself took command in 1854. Now, in the very early days, things were fairly quiet. But soon, Mare Island Naval Shipyard was a bustling place, building and repairing ships, not only from the U.S. Navy, but from Russia, France, England, and other nations as well. Located in Northern California, a little northeast of San Francisco, Mare Island was a perfect place for a naval shipyard. And over the years, the facilities grew, not only in size, but in importance as well. They built and repaired battleships and heavy cruisers and all sorts of other ships for all our wars. They built submarines, too, a lot of them, including a dozen nuclear subs. In fact, through its long and colorful history, the men and women of this shipyard have built over 500 craft and overhauled literally thousands more. Mare Island Naval Shipyard has a rich history. 142 years of service by thousands of military and civilian personnel. Today, that proud record is in the history books because the shipyard is officially closed, part of our nation's military downsizing. But a few months before it closed, we visited this place, not only to pay our respects to its past, but to see for ourselves this wonderful example of California's gold.
So, this seemed like it definitely is an important place as far as shipbuilding is concerned. And it is like a super historic place. And I think that the highlight of it is our tour guides. Well, first off, we start with Eddie Martinez. What do you think of old Ed? Did you get anything on Eddie?
I did.
What's up with Ed?
So Ed, he retired after 43 years of naval service.
Mm-hmm.
Not the orange.
That was last week, that tree.
That was I got stuck in my head. I believe he started on Mare Island as an apprentice. So he was.
Could you find out what he did? Like, was he an actual shipbuilder?
I can check.
I mean, just based on the show here, it seemed like it to me. Because he knew all about the dry docks, how they were built, all that stuff. What's he up to these days?
He's resting.
Oh.
Like the long rest. Okay. Why do you got to bring that up, dude? He was obviously old.
I know, man. One of these days, you're going to tell me, like, no, he's our next door neighbor.
Okay. So, sorry. Was not ignoring you.
I know.
He started as an apprentice rigger.
Rigger. That sounds rigorous.
It sounds super hard. So he retired as a service.
Sorry.
He retired as a service group superintendent in 1971.
Okay.
Then he's retired as. He also retired from the U.S. Naval Reserve with the rank of commander.
Ooh, I'm reading the same thing you're reading, and it looks like he was on the Vallejo City Council for a while too.
Yeah, he was pretty active in the community. So, as we mentioned, he passed, but only in 2012. Okay, so he was 101 years old when he passed.
What?
And if I did the math right, that's actually the math's not right. I just realized. But let's see, 101.
Yeah.
And this would have occurred. Yeah, I did the math right. 16 years before that, right?
Yeah. So
Would
at
have
this
made him-
point in the show, you're saying,
Yeah, he would have been about 85 years old.
dude, he does not seem
You know,
85.
people that pass 100 plus, have you noticed that they're spry
Yeah.
in their 80s?
Mhm.
There was a person we knew, he lived to be like 104, 105. And I think at like 94, 95, he was driving his tractor through the orchards.
But like, you guys got to go see this episode. I mean, he kind of pops himself in at about 3.5 minutes. I swear, I thought he was like in his 50s.
Yeah, no, unless my math is horribly off, but
No,
I don't think so.
I'm double checking you. But the thing about that, even though our bad boy Eddie was 85 at the time, obviously knew a lot about what was going on. Did you notice that it was only a matter of time for old Bill Grieg just salamied himself right in there?
So, Bill Grieg.
Yeah. There's 3 people on this tour the whole time. There's Eddie, and then Bill, who kind of interjects himself right here when what's it called? Eddie is talking about the wooden ships, and he makes some little joke about something, and you see Bill in the foreground just laughing his head off. And then within 2 seconds, Bill's on the mic. He did not let Eddie talk anymore. Well, for a while.
Well, here's the thing. So we got, Eddie Money Martinez, right?
Okay.
And Bill Greg, he's of the shipbuilding Gregs. Okay. He's royalty, actually, on Mare Island. Maybe
Okay.
that's why he thought he could just throw himself around.
Well, would you say that maybe he outranked Eddie, and that's why Eddie maybe just stepped aside? I mean, this is all military talk, so that's the world I'm living in or thinking within.
See, I'm trying to find it. I know that. So it says Bill Grieg.
Grieg?
That's an
Greg?
interesting name. Grieg.
Grieg. I said a Grieg in my head.
Grieg. I like Grieg. Okay, Grieg. He's the son of the late William Grieg, master ship fitter at the United States Navy Yard at Mare Island for 32 years. Okay. I feel like that sentence didn't make sense, but that's okay. So the 4 other sons of William are now at the Pacific Coast shipyards. They are Jack Grieg, shop superintendent at Mare Island, Ralph Grieg, hull estimator at Mare Island, James Grieg, fire department chief at Mare Island, and Alex Grieg, retired dockmaster at the Panama Canal. Okay.
Alex, come on, dude.
Check this out. 3 Grieg daughters are now wives of Mare Island employees.
No way, man.
Bro, they run the place.
So
that makes sense, right?
Yeah. Dude, Bill's the king. He's the king of Mare Island, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I guess he's the crown prince.
Ooh.
But so one thing that is said during this whole thing that struck me, because a lot of it is sort of not technical, but just kind of very specific to shipbuilding and the Navy and stuff like that, is Bill is talking about how this big like dry dock thing that the ships are getting built in was like hewn by hand from the granite or something like that. Mm-hmm. And he mentions that it's done by Fresno shovels. Did you catch that?
I did, yeah.
Did you have to look that up?
I would have if I...
Well, okay. I got your back because I looked it up. Because what a Fresno shovel, what the heck is that, is what I think. This is 2019, so I'm able to find out in a matter of seconds. It's basically it's like a push shovel kind of a thing. Like think of, instead of a spade, like the flat shovels that you would use, think of that, but with more kind of flared ends, almost like a skateboard has the fins on either side.
Uh-huh.
And they go up, and it's positioned in a way where you can kind of push and dig at the same time. And it was invented by a guy named James Porteous for Central Valley farmers and irrigation.
Good job, man.
Yeah, and
it's cool.
Like that's cool.
I was talking about the actual guy who invented it, but I thought that was good research as well.
Oh, I know what you meant. I wasn't stealing his thunder. But what really is kind of
lasting, enduring kind of spirit of this shovel is that it became the design that is used in modern bulldozers. So you see a bulldozer with a shovel.
Yeah.
That's our Fresno shovel right there.
Cool.
That's a lot of shovel talk.
It is. But hey, it was relevant. It was important.
You know, we got all the homies in Fresno. We need to shovel them down here soon. Get on the show again.
Yeah, we do. Maybe they can bring us a
Fresno shovel.
Mm-hmm.
They don't. I doubt they really exist anymore. But yeah. What happens next?
Dude, it's the christening, launching of the Vallejo submarine.
Which totally didn't make sense to me when I'm watching this. Like, why is this thing Mariano Vallejo submarine? Why? What's the connective tissue there?
Mm-hmm.
Mare Island, his mare.
Makes 100% more sense.
Totally.
See, 'cause what I knew about Vallejo.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is what I know about it. There's a Six Flags there.
The town of Vallejo. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
As far as the actual guy.
Oh, yeah. I don't think he was involved in that.
He's long dead, for sure. He was dead like in the 1870s, I think. But yeah. Really, like, honestly, I don't want to like just break down this episode in detail because the detail of what they talk about is the whole episode on this. So
Yeah, that's true.
it's definitely one of those that if you're into this stuff, you definitely need to watch it.
Okay, so the christening, though. We could talk about that for a
Yeah,
second.
yeah.
And this is, so Eddie Money,
Mm-hmm.
EMM. The way he described it, he said there was always a big cheer from the crowd. And he says, quote, "Once the whistle blew, the church bell started ringing, kids were crying. They didn't know what was going on. It was a real fiesta day."
And there's like lots of footage of this big old sub just getting slammed out into the water, and of course,
dude.
like the slamming of the champagne bottles or whatever.
And did you see the lady who slammed it?
I did. Was there something specific I missed?
Dude, yes. It hit her back in the face. Or the liquid, not the glass. Well, I don't know. Something did.
Yeah, because there's obviously lots of film footage of this big parade that they had for this thing, and there's like thousands of people.
No,
out here.
it's a big thing. Yeah, big deal.
I mean, like Congress, senators, all these people there. I really wish I had done more research on what this.
I pulled this up.
submarine had to do.
For you. Check this out. Look at this lady swing the champagne bottle.
Okay.
Okay, it's coming, dude. I promise you right now, it's coming.
Yeah.
Here it is. Watch. Bam!
Whoa. Oh, she got it. No.
And then
yeah.
they take off, and then there's a red rope. Check this out. This guy's pulling as hard as he can. Make sure she doesn't get tangled up in it.
What?
It was a mess.
She almost. Oh, did you notice the big sombrero on the top of it too?
I didn't.
And there's all these fools on it when it's. This is way crazier than I remember this. There's like 100 sailors on top of this submarine as it's sliding down. This thing is like 200 feet long. Yeah, she got glass in her eyes. She's blinded.
Watch the red rope. So whoa,
Let go, let go, let go.
and this guy's pulling it the whole way down. So anyway,
Oh my gosh, man.
they don't launch subs like they used to.
Do they make subs like they used to? They don't make subs like they used to. That's where that had to go there. But like all those sailors on top of their like they didn't even shimmy or shake at all as this thing. Like they are so their quads are so tight.
Oh,
They
yeah.
can just keep their footing so well.
Yeah, they would sink too.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, they're the bottom heavy like you. Okay. So after that, there's this coal shed thing. The coal sheds. What did I put? Coal sheds shown next. Huell says they're full of history. Because he's trying to make this nice parallel between the coal sheds, which is the coal was what fueled ships in the 1800s, turned to steam power. Well,
steam was being produced by coal fires, but then there was diesel. Then Eddie Money tells us about the next phase, sorta tells us about the nuclear phase.
Right.
It's like, bro, Cold War's over. It's 96. Secret's out. Why is he still like holding true to his NDA that he signed?
Huell has already been.
He's been to Russia.
To Russia after
Yeah.
post-Soviet. Okay.
But not Eddie's like, no, I was told to be quiet. I'm going to stay quiet.
But you notice Huell. What did he say? There was a saying they had there.
Oh, you mean...
No, it was Helen.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, her name's Sue, so I found out her real name's Helen.
Oh, yeah. Finally, we learn about old Sue Lemon with 2 M's. She says that you needed to be mute-mouthed.
Not to be confused with the band.
No. And then Eddie jumps in with his saying, loose lips sink ships. Oh, man.
Great.
These guys took that so seriously.
So, Helen got some bad news. Helen passed, no doubt. Okay? But she was born in 1911.
How long did she last?
Oh, boy. I'm looking right here. I mean, the month's going to throw me off, but let's just say roughly 93 years.
What is in this Mare Island water?
I don't know.
These fools are lasting forever over
Yeah,
here.
and she was super active, and she was great.
I mean, she's holding her own with Eddie and was it Bill? Yeah, Billy.
Yeah, Big Bill. The Bee Gee.
Speaking of Bee Gees, Huell's gonna keep staying alive. We wish. R.I.P.
Yeah. Dang.
He's gonna get this story to stay alive by switching. He's gonna kind of switch it up a bit because we're getting out of the ships. We're heading to the hood. So let's hear about this hood. Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good. Good in the hood.
Well, some of Mare Island's history is still classified, but most of it isn't. And believe me, this shipyard is full of neat places to visit. In fact, a rather large number of its buildings are designated National Historic Landmarks, like these wonderful old homes built for the officers and their families back at the turn of the century.
So, okay. I did a bunch of, like, what is Mare Island like today research. Did you do any of that?
It's a...
Is it no?
That's a no.
Okay. It's weird because this seems like something that would actually be right up your alley, but we'll get into that in a bit. But
yes. The economic redevelopment. Yeah.
Okay. We'll talk about that more at the end, but the neighborhood ties into that we'll talk about later, but the neighborhood seemed like the coolest part of this. Like the old footage with the gardens and these big, almost Southern-style mansions. They look like plantation houses.
Yeah.
But then the Admiral's house, which is the one they're standing in front of during the show, that looked like these houses I would see in Connecticut when I was over there. Because there was this, like, where I stayed in, where was it? Concord. To get to the train station, I had to walk through this neighborhood, and that felt like exactly like this. The gardens, the big white, pretty houses, the obvious opulent wealth going on.
Mm-hmm. It's cool.
It's cool. Yeah, I don't know what else to say.
Yeah.
So there was a thing about the trees, though. Did you catch that? At about whatever time we are in the video here. What is that, like 12 minutes? They're kind of walking through this park that's in front of the Admiral's house, and ship captains from all over the world would come with saplings or seeds,
Yeah.
and like bushes and berries and stuff. And he said that not all of them survived because they didn't have the right climatic condition. Yeah. But that kind of led into, who was it? Eddie said that that's going to be preserved. And he hasn't really led on. Well, he'll mention it in the beginning of the clip, how this place is closing down. Mm-hmm. And that there's going to be some preservation happening. That leads into the redevelopment that went on later.
But what can't be redeveloped is the people who are in the next segment here.
Oh,
The cemetery.
good transition.
So
My favorite headstone. Russian sailor.
And it's funny because you could tell that Huell was looking for some more story behind that, and Eddie tried, right?
Yeah, so he gave... What did he say? He said either they didn't get his name, that's the best case scenario, okay? Or he was buried under, quote, adverse circumstances, unquote.
What does... When he said that, adverse circumstances, like what, he's buried alive? What does that mean?
I don't know. I didn't think about them burying him alive.
What
I
what
thought
are
he did something, became death, and then was buried.
Oh, the Russian soldier did something
Yeah.
adversely affected his circumstances.
I kind of like your way better. That would be
buried alive.
scandalous, yeah.
He's like getting buried. He's like, let me at least tell you my name. No, and they throw the dirt on his face. Oh man. Hey, I don't know though, because the Undertaker survived all his buried alive
true.
matches.
That's true. And no, that wasn't the Undertaker.
Which one?
Nothing. It's not a big deal. I was watching Nacho Libre,
Oh, that's not
and
wrestling.
then I was talking about. It doesn't matter. This is going to be such a waste of time for everyone else.
If it's not actual wrestling, I don't want to hear about it anyway. Do you consider Nacho Libre real?
No, it was about the Undertaker and Mankind's first Hell in a Cell.
Okay.
And he threw him off the top, and it just blew everyone's mind.
Mm-hmm.
And how it kind of blurred being real and not real. I mean, obviously it was planned, but not necessarily.
Part of it was, yeah, the throwing him off the cage was, but then him being chokeslammed through the cage,
Right.
not planned.
And the tooth through the
Through the nose.
yeah, that wasn't
Yeah.
planned.
Probably one of the most famous matches of wrestling history. Go just Mankind Undertaker. That's all you need to search.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Um,
And then we're talking about kayfabe, dude. It's the thing.
who were you talking
With
to?
Zach, I was trying to tell him that wrestling's kind of a trippy, like soap opera for adults. Well, soap operas are for adults,
Yeah.
but for
Well, more males. Like I think it's a soap opera for boys is what it gets called a lot.
a boy opera.
A bopera? Anyway, yeah, I can see this was
a soy opera.
this was a big diversion, but
Yeah. See, why'd you make me do that?
if I see cemeteries, I think of buried alive matches. That's it.
And the hand come.
The hand coming out.
Yeah.
How did he survive in the dirt? How did they get lightning to strike the tombstone in the arena? There's lots of questions with those matches. Why did it take Shane and Test to help Stone Cold?
See, I know you watched WWF, which you can call that because that's what it was back then. I was too busy watching ECW, right?
No, you weren't.
I was.
They played it in town?
Yeah. Not in town. Well, it was on TNT.
TNN.
TNN. There you go.
Yeah.
See? You know.
I know. Anyway, this Russian sailor certainly is not gonna pop his purple glove hand up out of the ground here.
Well, maybe, but
Who knows?
Probably not.
But it was it was the first grave that really struck Huell, but not the last, because there was that big monument grave.
Yeah, and this is where, Eddie Money should have been a lawyer with the phraseology that he had.
How so?
Okay, so Huell got caught up looking at, I forget how Huell said it, a landsman,
Yeah.
right? He's trying to figure out what a landsman was. And Eddie talks about how landsmen were, quote, perhaps being pressed into service and casually, this is what he does. He notes that it might have been conscription.
Might have been.
Being pressed into service.
Dude, I mean, it's not illegal that this happened. Yeah.
They got legal kidnapped.
Yeah, I guess. Because they're describing this big monument thing that has these names on the side of it, and then they're kind of ranking. And Eddie definitely strikes me as the type of guy who knows a lot more than he's letting on to. Like, he knows some secrets. Like the
You think?
nuclear thing.
Yeah, you're right.
This stuff. It feels like he knows some stuff, or at least thinks he knows some stuff, and definitely wants to keep his clearance intact. Speaking
do you
of,
think he disclosed any secrets?
like in general or on this show?
You know, just before.
Just before what?
He passed.
Oh,
2012.
oh, like deathbed secrets?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You
He's
think so?
101. What does he got to lose? He's a century in.
That's crazy, yeah.
But the one thing he didn't keep secret was the I think I could kind of sense a little bit of friendly competition with the Marines that were on the island too. Did you sense that at all?
Yeah.
Because they transition over to this big, it's like a field in front of a large building, and I don't think Eddie he never even got within like 500 feet of the place. Like he just wouldn't get near it. And he's like just talking about how the Marines, that's where they trained and they were used for security, and it just seems so matter of fact. But then they go to the prison thing. I never thought about this. Did you ever think about like Navy prison?
In what way?
Like that would need to exist?
Like within the Navy.
Yeah, because that's what
prison.
this was. So I'm guessing here was you're in the Navy, you're on Mare Island. It's like a different world. Obviously, laws apply to you still, but soldiers seem to be of a different kind of rank in citizenry, you know? So they get their own prison, and it's weird. I don't know.
What do you think it was like inside of a...
Well, I think it was Bill who mentioned that it was a Navy prison, but it was Marines who were running it, which is interesting because you think like, oh, they're all military, but there is that kind of division amongst everyone. And you would, I guess that's almost like a separation of powers, you think?
Yeah.
This is all just hearsay. I have no idea what the real deal is. And with how secretive old Eddie is, gives me the impression that I'm not going to be able to find the information I want on the internet very easily.
No, maybe they were in prison because they were loose lips sink ships. You know?
Totally.
I forgot that Bill, though.
Uh-huh.
I did take note of this. That Bill, this is what he described as, these are where the bad violators were put.
As opposed to the good violators? What does that mean, Billy?
So... And Huell talks about how it's all boarded up, which you already talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
And then Huell comes out with his pure gold.
California's gold.
Pure California's gold. He said, the problem is you can't get in. He knocks on it. He says, but back then, the problem was you couldn't get out.
Oh! Huey boy, that's why you're holding the microphone.
Oh, dude.
Oh, man, I missed that
And it
one.
came to him, too. He just kind of knocked on it and thought about it. Yeah. Turned around.
I'll bet there was a moment where he like looked at Louis and was just like, dude, did you like that one? That was good, huh? And then what'd they go after that?
Just imagine Louis just kind of holding the camera and then takes one hand, just thumbs up real quick.
I mean, Louis, from the time that we met him and like listened to him, he's such a straight dude. Like,
Yeah.
even when he's telling like kind of funny stories at his talks and stuff, they're not. He doesn't even laugh at his own jokes or anything. He just tells the story, waits for the laugh, tells the next story. Like, he knows they're funny. So just that, holding the camera. Yep, thumbs up. Oh man,
That's good.
So where did they went to?
Oh, the next stop?
Those oldest buildings on the whole dang
The
island.
ordnance storehouses.
Yeah. And these are cool. I mean, I get it. The architecture, there's like that cool terracotta thing that's up top with the cannonballs and the gunpowder barrels that's surrounding an eagle. Very American. That's the most American thing I've seen on this show, on this episode at least.
Yeah, I'd go with that.
And, you know, they are just warehouses.
And they stored or housed cannonballs, right?
Cannonballs and gunpowder.
and they stored them so they could be accurate.
Yeah.
So it kept being thrown around there.
There was a cool little thing that Eddie Money Martinez mentioned, because Huell goes up, and of course he's banging and touching everything. And he goes and bangs on the window that's got this like big old cast iron thing like riveted into it. And he's like, "Oh man, blah, blah, blah. This is thick stuff." And Eddie's like, "Yeah, they kept that so if there was ever an explosion, the top would blow out
Yeah, that's right.
instead of the sides, which."
Yeah, he said, he designed it with a soft top.
So, like your Miata, right?
Yeah.
Now everyone's gonna know you drive Miata, but it's cool.
It's real cool.
You don't really drive it though.
It's cool.
What did? Okay,
Man, you're getting lost on this thing. We're at the fourth stop,
this is the
right?
yeah.
St. Petersburg Chapel.
There was, dude. I forgot all about this part.
You forgot about an entire stop?
Because okay, so we were gonna record this way earlier, and I did my notes so long ago that I kind of a lot's been going on this week. It's spring break, man. Spring break. As you, oh wait, I forgot to tell you. I didn't even tell you this off the microphones. Andrew, who was on a couple weeks back, texted me. He works night shift, so I told him you can always text me in the middle of the night. I won't wake up. I'll just read it in the morning. He texted me at like 2 a.m. last night, and the text just said, "Yes, there is gold Patron."
Ah.
Do you remember talking about the margarita and the silver? And it's like, is it that obvious that we don't drink and don't know anything about alcohol? And he's like, yeah, pretty much. So
I should make a correction already.
okay.
Because I was wrong. This is St. Peter's Chapel, not Petersburg. What am I thinking? Am I thinking Russia?
Hey, there was the Russian sailor. Yeah, I see where you.
It threw me off. Yeah. There you go.
So the St. Peter's Chapel, definitely a quaint little church. And like it's real modest from the outside, this really kind of dark brown with the white pillars and everything. I mean, inside it's far from like the most ornate church I've ever seen, but
Right.
That woodwork, man, that's some good. This is some
top-notch.
craftsmanship. Get it? Shipyard. No, that's bad. But there is some quite elegant things inside with the stained glass. Did you catch that?
Yeah?
No, you didn't. It's Tiffany glass.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I did hear that, actually.
I still don't like fully understand the Tiffany company. Like, I get that they were master crafts people in the art of glass and jewelry making, stuff like that. But like, this is off topic, but I get that that's a very prestigious place and probably expensive, but it seemed to be a lot of places. So I just wonder how expensive it really was back then. Mm-hmm. The reason I'm bringing this up is because obviously the stained glass, super sick, nice job, looks great. But there was also, I did a tour of Mark Twain's house in Hartford, Connecticut. The same trip that I was in Connecticut looking at those houses. And he had a custom, like, geometric paint. It wasn't, I don't think it was wallpaper. I think it was like a geometric pattern painted on his walls, if I'm remembering right, done by Tiffany.
Oh,
So they
kinda
brought
did everything?
Yeah, I think they were just like all around. I think it was just like a name brand, almost.
Oh.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Email us. Tell me if I'm completely wrong. We don't have time to look it up and do all that right now, but you know, it's still one of those names. Like,
Yeah.
oh, get the Tiffany lamps. I think they make. Is that like
I
a
just know they make
jewels?
jewels.
Yeah. Hopefully, keep that in mind. You and Kathleen's anniversary's coming up.
Oh, yeah.
Such a
This year, traditional jewels.
It's such a sitcom-y thing to do. You better not forget that anniversary. I've been watching Family Matters from start to finish recently.
Okay.
I forget how funny sitcoms were, but not for the same reasons as to when I was 10. They're just like so absurd in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about it when I was watching it the other day, because I'm in the point in the series about where in the time period of like 96, 97, where we are in this show. And I just got to wonder, like, there must have been nights when people were like laughing it, chuckling it up on TGIF, watching Urkel, and then switch on over to PBS and watch Huell Howser. And like, I see now how specific he was to the time period of television in which he inhabited. You know what I mean? There's if Huell Howser was in his mid 40s like he is in this era right here today, he would just be he'd have like a YouTube channel with like a couple thousand followers maybe, right?
Yeah.
I can't imagine that he would have been on TV with the same shtick. You think?
I don't know. That's a hard one. Yeah.
Not to say like, oh, things are worse now. I definitely don't.
See, no, not at all. But I think, yeah, he would have been doing something different.
Yeah,
For sure. I don't.
because he always had that like drive to be in television. If you like read Louis' book, or you kind of some of the interviews that he did, those few interviews he did about his own personal life, it seemed like TV was it. Like he was always gonna be in that world. Like you've seen The Happy World of Huell Howser, right?
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, like Homeboy was trying to get into TV from the moment he got out of college. Which he was a history major just like me, and I didn't.
He also wrote for the school paper. I still want to get a copy of those.
Right?
Yeah, we need to find some.
Oh man, you know,
primary sources on that.
I went to the University of Tennessee website a couple weeks ago, just wasting time instead of doing homework, and they have this notable graduates section. There is a glaring omission in that one.
That's cold-blooded,
right? I mean, I was looking through that list. I got to tell you, there were lots of fools I've never heard of. Now, granted, I don't know a lot about a lot of things, but I know a lot about Huell, and that fool is Tennessee to the bone death. You're screwing up, University of Tennessee. We might head out there this summer on a road trip.
Maybe we'll send this clip over to them and see what they do.
Yeah, they'll appreciate it, I bet. Either way, what is there anything more on this episode? There's the church part.
The last part, Huell, when he's talking to Sue, Lemon with 2 M's.
Yeah. Liz's sister. 30 Rock joke.
Yeah. He said, oh, what did he say? We're men of the sea, religious people. And old Sue comes back, and she said, when you get on the sea and see the waves, you get religious pretty fast. What do you think about that?
Okay. I mean, yeah, I get it's total makes sense statement.
I'll just leave it there.
Yeah, well, I just wonder if she would have said the same thing if they weren't standing in the middle of church.
Very true.
I mean,
could have just been religious, you know.
Yeah, I'm sure they probably were. I don't think being on a ship. I've been on ships before. I didn't feel any more or less religious than I do
when you shlami, because there's Catholics and Protestants, right, or Lutherans. I forget what she said.
Oh, because this was a
a shared chapel.
Yeah, ecumenical is that the term?
Yeah, there's probably a lot.
Yeah,
you got to slam people together. So anyway, that's pretty much it in the chapel.
And that's pretty much it in like this show as far as what Huell is showing of the time, right?
Yeah.
Because at this time in 96, Mare Island had been pretty much closed as far as its military service was concerned. And then it was kind of up in the air. There was some preservation work that had been done beforehand to try and like make sure that like I said, what's it called? The neighborhood was kept intact and some of the historic buildings, but it almost didn't happen, right? Did you go like real deep?
No, I mean,
okay. I guess
What is the city that's right near there?
Vallejo?
Is it Vallejo?
Yeah.
I guess the city was trying to make it happen, and it didn't. It took at least until just maybe this decade for it to really become this redevelopment thing. And the city does now kind of oversee the Mare Island as far as a what's it called? Almost like a not manufacturing, but just an industrial area and a residential area. And from what I can see is there's still lots of businesses that use the facilities there. There is the neighborhoods have been kept intact, and people are actually getting to live there. And I think developers have bought big chunks of the land and houses, and it's more like a condo kind of maybe situation than anything. But
it's pretty limited space. So
but there is like a new retail section, and I noticed that there's like a distillery and a brewery and some like
Tommy Bahama store?
Huell wishes. No, like just food places, brewery, stuff like that, you know.
Yeah.
Places that people our age go to a lot of. Except us, really.
Yeah.
We're kind of outliers in that. I mean, well, we go. The food's always good. You don't drink at all, and I barely do at all, so it's lost on us.
I thought about it once, though.
Did you think about it the other day on 420?
Drinking?
Yeah. Oh, man. Your wires are all crossed.
That's all messed up.
No.
That's cool, though. You know,
it seems
do something with it.
Yeah. It seems like it's kind of getting the same kind of like revitalization boost that most like downtowns are getting in a lot of cities and stuff.
Well, we used to drive by Vallejo a lot because when we would visit, Zach over there in Sebastopol.
So yeah,
we would take is it 37? I think it's the 37. It goes over the top. Just the top of Vallejo.
We only went that one time when you and I went and brought that scooter up to him.
Yeah.
That's not the way we went.
No,
right?
we went.
No. That was a wild trip.
It was wild.
Because we were in Sebastopol. You got the Miata that we talked about a second ago. Then we drove down the 99 with the top down, which seemed like such a good idea.
It was freezing.
Yeah, 2 hours in, we're just like, oh God, pull over! This sucks. But it was cool,
and you got to meet beautiful Ben,
dude. The one and only time I've ever seen him.
And he ran
life.
up and he had his toe shoes on.
Gosh, I've had two experiences in my life where someone running up to a car I'm in, really really shifted the whole way my day went from then on. That was one of them.
Wait, which way did it shift?
For the positive.
Okay.
Yeah. Ben running up shirtless with those toe shoes on really shifted the way the day went that day. Second time was when my friend Andrew's dad showed up to help us back a truck into their house. Mm-hmm. He also was wearing no shirt. Different experience there. I'll leave it at that. Either way, the next day going down to Fresno to meet up with Steven and then going wakeboarding on whatever the heck lake that was, where I just could not do it. Hours and hours of trying.
Though. It was hard.
Oh, it says the guy who could do it.
Well, it was hard to do it. You know who couldn't do it?
Beautiful Ben.
Beautiful Ben.
And I also think that kind of debunks your bottom-heavy little self-evaluation.
No, dude, standing up on a wakeboard's all quads.
Oh, so that's what you're saying?
You got to squat super, and you got to like get the. Yeah, it's not.
You can keep. You guys talked about it to me for so long that day. No, just do this when you feel it, and then just.
This is the hard thing though, because a lot of this it's tacit. It's like it's hard to explain. Like, how long have we been skateboarding?
Too long.
Way too long.
So
I can't tell anyone how to do anything on a skateboard. Oh, just take your foot and just like pop the tail and just flick it. It's so hard to explain. I mean, you get Willie Santos if you get the Trans World trick tips from Willie Santos. I think they did
I tried that, dude. I couldn't do it.
So here's a varial kickflip.
Sure.
Just call it by the full name.
So, where are we going next week?
I don't know.
I don't know at all. We really need to look it up.
Let's check it out.
Yeah. So we're heading to old Suisun Bay next week.
All right.
Have you watched this one yet?
No.
Okay, because I saw you were just looking at the description, and it is another like shipyard, old ships, Navy themed episode. And on paper, it does seem a bit dry, but it's like one of those super sentimental ones. I think you'll like it because there's all these people who get to come and visit this, what do they call it? Mothball fleet. It's old ships. And they...
Okay, how about this? I'm going to give you a scale. Given the episodes. How sentimental is it? 1 being the oil hole we just saw.
10 being what?
And 10...
What are you going to say right now?
No, it's good.
Okay.
The trainer and the elephant being reunited.
Oh, yeah.
That's a 10.
A heavy one. I would put it at maybe a solid 5 because you can just see it on these people's faces. It's one of those situations where the people are really trying to like keep their composure and struggle to keep the tears in because they're like, I haven't been here since Korea or something like that. Mm-hmm. And that's what that episode really seemed to be about, to me anyway. So look forward to that next week.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sounds like fun.
All right. Well, man, there was something else I wanted to bring up this week. Oh, the intros. Yeah, we're fresh out of intros. Send us those intros.
Yeah, do it.
It's simple. It just, hi, this is so-and-so from where you're from. Welcome to Huell's Gold. Done.
Super easy.
5 seconds. 5 seconds of your life. It's a free podcast. Well,
we want a diversity of cities as well.
Yeah. I mean, you hear how many Bakersfields you got. It's where we're from. It's where most of our friends live.
True.
I don't know what to do. So there's that. There's always going to be that. I thought it would be cool and it would be easy to get a bunch of people to do it. We don't have as many friends as I thought we did.
No. It goes pretty quick.
Yeah.
So 4 of them?
Yeah.
Maybe
Each,
6?
Maybe. Oh, well. It's funny because we haven't had Kathleen or Aaron do it yet. And neither of them seem super interested, but...
Yeah, you know.
For better or worse. Right?
That's true.
Hey. If that's all we're asking of them...
That's not so bad.
They
they let us do this.
Right. Taking over your whole living room today. Okay. So, are we out of here?
We're out of here. Let's get out of here.
Yeah. Come along with us.
Next week and every week as we continue our search for
Huell's Gold.